brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
So good to have you with us. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, joined as always by Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to Detroit. Before that, 3 straight victories. They're looking to get back on a winning track tonight. Hey, Shaq, as you get toward the end of the regular season, your team is still in the hunt. What are you looking for from your guys?
Well, health comes first. You know, you've got to be relatively healthy. Everybody should be on the same page as far as game plan and plays, but going into the playoffs, you want to be 100% or as close to 100% as possible.
How important is it to have experience coming down the stretch and know what it takes to get in the playoffs?
Well, it'd be nice to have experience. You know, the more experience you have, the better your chance of winning.
I'll tell you a guy who's experienced. That's Kevin Harlan standing by with the call.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, send the call out, send the call out.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as the Mavericks look to work the home court advantage. Today's game finds the Grizzlies winding down their road trip. And you look at their record, 5 games back from the #1 seed.
And it's been a pretty decent season series, Kevin. They've won 2, they've lost 1. So I think this is an important matchup. They'd like to win this game and take the season serious.
Without question they would, Steve. I mean, they put themselves in position to do just that. No reason they wouldn't throw themselves fully into this one to try to win the season series.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Prince is the 3 and Randolph the 4. Tony Allen is out there with Udrich, and it's Gasol in at the 7. Now here is Harris. Nowitzki up top, tries it from 19, and good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Well, Dirk Nowitzki may be the best mid-range jump shooter in the league, and he's been that way for a long time. A shot that's falling out of favor, but Clark, for him, it's a go-to weapon.
Yeah, he's able to back down defenders and then hit that nice turnaround. Most of the time, he's much taller than whoever's guarding him, so there's really not much you can do to impede that shot.
Here's Parsons following the basket by Marc Gasol. Chandler with the screen on Prince. Here's Lido. That 3 off the mark.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Allen for the 3. Tries again. No good. Chandler with the defensive effort. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
That's decent defensive work, but it's going to take a little more than that, Kevin. They got to raise their bar.
Well, Clark, he knew exactly how to attack him.
Yeah, he sure did.
He
knew exactly what he wanted to do there.
What a phenomenal dunk, though. I mean, in the end, he just made the play and took off.
And so here's Memphis. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And I think they can be proud of the way they performed. I mean, they executed. They really brought energy to the game. It just didn't go their way.
You know what? That was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, Steve, and they were right in it until the closing moments.
And here is Harris following the 3 from Tayshaun Prince. And that's a foul called on Beno Udrih. That's his first foul. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's a good screen. Harris kicks to Lido. Back to Harris. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. The shot by Lido no good.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Here's Randolph. Parsons with the rebound.
Can't say I'm surprised that one didn't fall. He can barely dunk it in the pregame layup line.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Harris. Nowitzki left side. And it's Harris off the drive and stolen by Udrih. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Prince misses. Mavericks trail by 4.
One thing you know when it comes to the Mavericks is they're not going to sit back and stand pat. They want to reload, not rebuild every year.
Here's Lito. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando. Well, guys, the Mavericks have made the most out of this run since they've had Dirk Nowitzki. A strong team for so long because they never tore it down.
Man, there were times they could have. I mean, you have to respect that mentality that, you know, they've maintained their unity, their continuity. And as long as you have Dirk, you know you can put pieces around him to be competitive. That's what the Mavs have always done.
That free throw good from Lito. Grizzlies making a switch here. Carter's checked in. That one is no good. So for Dallas, their last game a win against the Magic.
And I think everybody who was at that game would agree it was their defense that really won it for them.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on D. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for you.
Brandon Wright's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Kufis checked in for the Grizzlies. Memphis shooting their first free throw of the night.
And for the season, guys, they're about 73% from the line, so kind of a mediocre shooting club.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
In the corner, Parsons with it. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and Udrih kicks to Allen. Kufis inside. Chandler with the defensive effort. Lito dishes to Harris. Nobody near Parsons. And Good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Parsons got his second bucket tonight. Memphis leading. And Udrih kicks to Allen. Feeds it to Udrih. Carter with a 3. And that one's good. Carter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And he answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Well, you can see it. They're getting into it a bit. A little mano-mano here. One-upsmanship taking place.
Now here's Parsons. He had 22 points in the win against Orlando. And that one's good.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Chandler Parsons, until recently, had been one of the league's great bargains on his second-round contract. He found a way to supplement his earnings, though. He did some modeling for a designer clothing company. Caught some locker room grief for it, but hey, it's good work if you can get it, and I'm sure those checks kept him from being too offended by the locker room banner.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Chandler. Jefferson comes in for Parsons, and it's Felton in for Ricky Lito. Now here's Lee. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pistons in Detroit. And you guys were talking about Parsons' appearance. He cut his hair off last season as a show of solidarity with a 10-year-old he'd met who was battling cancer. What a generous gesture, a great gesture, Steve, on his part.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the two had formed a bond and both drew inspiration from each other. You love to see it, and Parsons showing not only that he's an effective player on the court, but definitely an inspiration in his community as well.
54 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Carter drives in. And he gets the bucket. Carter's got 5 points so far.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Harris outside. Wright sets a screen for Harris. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range.
tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for the rest of the game. Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
24 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Wright. Wright sets a screen for Felton. Up top, Wright, defended by Carter. Felton goes in. Kufis with the block. They recover it. That's good. Here's Kalathis. And it's Memphis with another.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 1. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
On Tap Monday, March 23rd, Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. It's an Eastern Conference duel. Don't miss out.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Dirk Nowitzki down low with Brandon Wright. Felton is out there with Jefferson, and it's Aminu in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Here's Felton following the basket by Marc Gasol. Felton goes in, and he banks in the layup. Felton has got his first bucket in this one. Memphis with the ball. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Gasol inside, defended by Nowitzki. Count the bucket. Felton with the ball, averaging 10 points per contest. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Well, it's been a great pairing in Dallas between Monte Ellis and Dirk Nowitzki. As Dirk said, he's been amazing for us. He's so athletic, so fast. I knew he could score with the best of them, but the thing that surprised me is his playmaking off the pick-and-roll game. He makes my game a lot easier. Kevin, they make a great tandem.
Yeah, working together, they're a nightmare to defend, Doris. Thank you. Memphis shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
Coach Rick Carlisle is really a competitive guy. He's hardworking and brings a razor-sharp intensity to the job. A former NBA player himself, but he's not what you would call a player's coach. At least he doesn't fit that description as we've become accustomed to hearing it applied. He's not buddy-buddy with this guy. He is clearly all business.
Here's Lido, averaging 9 points per contest. Outside, Felton, just 5 on the clock. 11 feet away. A second chance effort, and he gets it to go. Nowitzki's got his second bucket.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Allen. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And Steve, when you played, is that important really to have a coach who really connect with players on the floor, or was it all about business?
No, I think it's important to connect with your players on a personal level. You need to get to know them, and they need to get to know you. There's got to be a healthy amount of trust for the relationships to work.
Felton goes in, and that misses. That would have put him up. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Lee passes to Allen. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Gasol, and the shot is good. Gasol's got 10.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Yeah, that was a big win for them, and an impressive performance, mainly down in the paint. Their rebounding advantage was the difference in the game.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Dallas. Now here's Parsons. 7 points in the game, and it's Nowitzki penetrating. There's the bucket. Good. 6 points for him. Steve mentioned the huge discrepancy on the Glass Clark and their blowout win the last time out there.
And guys, if those rebounding numbers are anywhere close to the same today, I think the result will be exactly the same as well.
And what hot hands have been coming from the ranks of the small forwards this past month. A look at the leading shooting percentages for those players. Number 1, Tayshaun Prince.
And when you've got a player like him who can shoot that well, not at center, but at small forward, it gives you a remarkably dependable option every time down the floor.
That is so true, Steve. From 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, his touch is really on target from any distance.
Lee. And he gets it to go. Lee's got his first points of the night. Mavericks trailed by 3. Felton dishes to Nowitzki. Lito kicks to Felton. Parsons on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. 10 points for Chandler Parsons.
So hard to try to play defense with the height mismatch out there that's on the perimeter. And they gave up the three-pointer.
Puts up the baby hook. And it's off the back rim. No good. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second.
You know, Dirk, he has the type of game where he might be able to play till he's 50. I mean, the way he shoots the ball and creates offense for his teammates, it wouldn't shock me if he was around Dallas for a few more years.
Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Felton the pass to Parsons. Chandler with the screen on Allen. Parsons with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Raymond Felton. A breakdown since the All-Star break. He's getting around 8 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to under-promise and over-deliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Lee outside. Right side Gasol. Out to Lee. Passes it to Udrih. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Udrih has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Outside, Felton. Chandler against Gasol. Chandler dishes to Lito. From 10 feet out. Shot clock at 4, and Chandler throws it down.
Well, I tell you, that's outstanding determination to track that rebound down and fight his way to the bucket for the throwdown.
Clark, that is the effort they're going to need for the rest of this game.
And not just on the offensive glass, Kevin, but all over the floor.
And the shot is good. Mavericks trailed by 3. Left side Parsons. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got his 3rd assist on the night. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
Yeah, no question. If I'm them, I'm definitely going 2-for-1.
Allen kicks to Gasol. Kicks it out to Allen. Lee passes to Gasol. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Lito. Outside Felton. Lito kicks to Parsons. Clock at 6. And he gets it to go. Parsons got 7 now in this quarter. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Up in time. No luck. And the first half ends in a close one. Mavericks lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break and halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. It's been quite a game for Chandler Parsons.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Now Udrih getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Allen and Prince on the perimeter. And it's Udrih in at point guard. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, very competitive action. I agree with you, Clark. I mean, this one could come down to the last few minutes the way it looks.
The shot by Lito no good. Memphis has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. You talk about players who either love or hate contact. Randolph, I think, is in his element, Clark, leaning on people. He likes to feel other bodies.
Yeah, they love Zebo, they call him, don't they? He can get busy. Boy, I love watching him go to work. You know, he likes to be in the middle of contact. He gets to the rim. Whenever you lose contact with your guard, and he's not the most explosive guy, but it just points out, Kevin, you can be highly skilled and a really good basketball player and not be a off-the-charts athlete.
Wears on his opponent.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of attrition.
I think he created that phrase, what was it, grit and grind? Grit and grind for the Grizzlies?
You're right.
And that's how he played.
Yeah.
Randolph never really an above-the-rim player, but with his combination of strength and skill, he remains effective. Deft touch with that left hand.
And Randolph is able to post up or face up, and he's lethal either way. And that high arcing shot of his from mid-range, beautiful to watch, impossible to block. And on that right block, he's doing work down there because he understands how to use that wide base of his to get separation.
Now here's Parsons. He's got 16. Gasol with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's Allen, and he dunks it down.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
Here's Parsons. Grizzlies making the shot. Lito kicks to Parsons. He dishes it to Harris. Dallas moving the ball around, and that one's good. Right.
You know, I think when you got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
Carter outside. The shot misses. Chandler with the defensive effort.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
The shot's good from Gasol.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Now here is Harris. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Lito kicks to Harris. Nobody near Parsons. No good with the triple. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Randolph with the ball. Now Wright defending. Back to Allen. Pass to Udrich. Kicks it to Randolph. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Dallas again missing. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And then Carter with the jam.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
And the Mavericks call time here. And the Mavericks with some changes. Aminu comes in for Chandler. And Jefferson subbed in for Parsons. Memphis also making some changes. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for Allen. And it's Nick Calathes in for Udrich. Here's Wright. Outside Jefferson. To the right side. 16 feet away. Dallas again missing.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there, great effort.
Dishes to Calathes. The pass to Carter. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here.
Well, Dallas, since the All-Star break, we take a look at the numbers they've put up. 3rd in scoring. 11th in opponent field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league distributing the basketball as well. Not too shabby. Room for improvement, but acceptable.
And Clark, you talked about the offense, and what makes that stat so impressive is that they really get after it offensively in terms of setting screens and making sharp cuts to the hoop. They become a very difficult team to guard.
Kufis dishes to Carter. Lee kicks to Calathes. The shot by Carter, nobody around. And Randolph slams it in. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Here's Felton after the made shot from Zach Randolph. That is good. 6 points for Raymond Felton.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Zach Randolph is a terrific rebounder and scorer. In his prime, you could just mark up 20 points and 12 rebounds a night, every night. He's a little bit on the downside now, but still a player you've got a game plan for.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Zach Randolph. Wright sets a screen for Felton. Back to Wright, 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Memphis. Lee's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Carter kicks to Randolph. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Randolph's got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies. Mavericks have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 for the field since halftime. Outside, Felton. The dish to Wright. Back to Felton. He kicks it to Jefferson. No good on the 3.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, they're fighting for every loose ball, putting a body on somebody and going after the rim.
Wright sets a screen for Harris. Jefferson has a wide open look. Jefferson missing again. Here's Kufis. Carter for three. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Memphis out in front, leading by 9. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
Next Wednesday, March 25th, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Tony Allen and the Memphis Grizzlies. Do not miss it.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Really excellent feed here, and I know we're used to seeing this guy score, but he is no slouch at creating passes and opportunities for his teammates, and he showcases that skill right here on that replay.
Mavericks trail by 9. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Dirk and Chandler up front. Ricky Lito is out there with Harris. And it's Parsons in at the 3 spot.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
Now here's Lee. And Udrich gets to Allen. Nowitzki against Prince. Here's Kufis. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Lito. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
The first free throw is good. Marc Gasol is checked in for Lee. He doesn't get the second one.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
Here's Udrich. Mavericks with the rebound.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
And he gets it to go. 10 points for Nowitzki.
They'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Allen drives in for 3. Udrich, count that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Harris passes to Parsons. Nowitzki with the screen on Prince. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Nowitzki in the post. Kufis is there. Nowitzki, good.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Allen outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Easy call there.
There's no question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Grizzlies?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
And he can't get the first one. Zach Randolph's checked in for the Grizzlies. Good on the second free throw.
The 2-possession lead is what they were looking for there, so they can deal with that one miss.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there, and now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's Parsons. The feed to Lito. Back to Parsons. 6 to shoot. Parsons, right side. No good from 11 feet. Memphis leading by 5. It's Allen with the drive. Right side Gasol. Baseline try. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Nowitzki, no good.
Really high-quality shot there, just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Here's Randolph. The shot is off, and the Mavericks going the other way now. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Harris dishes to Lito. Back to Harris. Here's Lito. He feeds it to Chandler. From the arc. Allen with the rebound.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Now here's Prince. Randolph inside. Chandler with the defensive effort.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Parsons with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Here's Harris. The offensive rebound. Here's Lito. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Lito's got 4 points in the quarter.
They need to try to find some more opportunities here in the second half. They've not been as active on the offensive glass.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. They'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. And Udrich kicks to Allen. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
And the Mavericks call time here. And here is Harris. Nowitzki outside. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Prince has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
A big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well. Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Chandler with the steal. Lito, the pass to Parsons. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Boy, that was a massive sequence of events there. Absolutely clutch defense to trigger the break.
And we've seen games decided on plays clock just like that.
Effort and hustle plays often are big plays for a team.
Yeah, what a time to blow up a play and then turn it into a slam at the other end.
Chandler with the block. But they'll get another chance. Good. Udrih has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Memphis.
You can just see his confidence rising every time he knocks one down beyond the arc.
Harris dishes to Nowitzki. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. 14 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
Gasol's in the post. He's guarded by Chandler. It's Gasol missing. The Mavericks have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good. This game is all even.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
And Udrih kicks to Prince. Nails the triple.
Wow, that is beyond clutch. The response with the three-point shot. Impressive.
Definitely, it would have been a big shot on its own, but it's a huge shot when it comes after a three at the other end.
And here is Harris following the three from Tayshaun Prince. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They shoot again. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. And that bucket ignites the crowd.
Crucial bucket there, and you hear it in their reaction.
And you can feel the energy throughout this building right now. What a huge shot. Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
Man, pressure-packed free throws. He looks cool as can be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're losing by 3. 16 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
.16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Harris off the drive. Kicks it out to Parsons. Feeds it to Lito for 3. Off target from downtown.
Tough 3-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And you got to think those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Mark, congratulations on this win. What was the key to getting the rhythm going for the team's offense?
Sharing the ball, just making the play, just, making each other better. That's always something really good, man. It gets contagious both sides.
Mark, thank you for the time. Guys, this is a heck of a big man.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Beno Udrih.
Yo, I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes, and I just want to let y'all know
I'm your pusher.
The world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
From ghetto to ghetto, the backyard to yard, I sell it whip on whip and soft to hard. I'm the neighborhood pusher, call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that jack. On or off the track, I'm heavy cuz ball to your fall and shoot the duck to the Fetty Gov. Sorry my love, but I'm seeing through these eyes. Benz convoys with the wagon on the side. Only big boys keep deuces.
Sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for being with us. Shaquille O'Neal joins me. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Portland Trail Blazers. And when you take a look at the Trail Blazers, at fourth place in the Western Conference, they haven't been an easy opponent for anyone to deal with this season. So many good ball players, so many solid guys, good basketball IQ. Who stands out for you on this Memphis squad?
Well, Conley is the engine for this team. You know, he's a leader on the court. His ability to create for others is uncanny. His playmaking is what gets this team going, Ernie.
More than Marc Gasol in your mind?
Well, Marc Gasol is the answer by a mile. I think personally he's better than his brother Powell. Has a plethora of moves for a big man. I love his feet work. I love his footwork. I wish I could say it in Spanish, but I can't. And also, Ernie, he's the anchor of this defense.
Could you spell plethora?
Plethora, Ernie. 4 degrees.
Knocked me down with a feather.
That was right?
Yeah.
I was guessing.
Surprised yourself. I'm sure it surprised Kevin Harlan, too. Kev?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters. At point guard, at 6'3", number 19, Beno Udrih. Number 21, Tayshaun Prince. Number 9, Tony Allen. Number 50, Zach Randolph. Number 33, Marc Gasol. Your head coach is David Yeager.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. So for the Grizzlies, their last game, a win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. The forwards are Batum and Thomas Robinson, and it's Kaman in at the center. Now, here's Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Lillard. No good. And it's Memphis the other way.
Damian Lillard off to a great start to his NBA career. Year 1, he was the 4th ever unanimous Rookie of the Year. And then year 2, his first All-Star appearance.
Prince misses. Lillard with it. 17 points for him last game against Orlando.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop at that foul line. I mean, they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. And Damian Lillard, last season, the first player in NBA history to compete in all 5 major All-Star events.
Well, let's count them off right now, partner. He did the Rising Stars Challenge, the skills event, 3-point shootout, the dunk contest, and he played in the big game on Sunday.
That's a busy weekend.
That's a full weekend, and the young fellow handled himself well in all 5 of them.
And that's a foul called on Beno Udrih. That is his first foul of the game. First team foul. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. Feeds it to Lillard. There's the dish to Robinson. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Good on the 13-footer.
Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Prince outside. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Missed inside.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Allen against Lillard. Here's Kaman. It's rebounded by Memphis. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
Tell you what, the way they shot the ball that game, Kevin, it looked like a shoot-around out there.
It sure did, and all the more impressive because they did it on the road. You're not supposed to be able to get that hot in an opponent's building.
Now here's McCollum following the shot by Tayshaun Prince. Kaman passes to Lillard. Kaman sets a screen for Lillard. Back to Kaman. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Not really the start they wanted. They missed 3 of their first 4 shots from the field.
Here's Randolph. Damian Lillard pulls it in.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Outside for Batum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Batum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Well, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So a sort of counterculture that the fans and the citizens in Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and the fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers.
Lillard with it. Zach Randolph covering, and that one's good. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
And Udrih kicks to Prince. And there's the pass to Udrih. And again, it's Memphis with the 3. And Portland, one of the smaller markets. They've got the weather situation, a little bit rainy up there. Not a top free agent destination, but great history.
Yeah, and for some players, it can really connect and click for them. And, you know, Damian Lillard said that Portland just fits him. It feels like home. And Robin Lopez said, hey, I'm a little bit weird myself. So for players with a bit of renegade or a different approach in their DNA, they fit right in, man.
Now here's McCollum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Back to Lillard. Ring shot on the way, and that one's good. Lillard's got 6.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Damian Lillard drafted with the 6th pick back in 2011. That pick, guys, acquired from the Nets in an exchange for Gerald Wallace. Steve, I'd say a pretty good trade for the Blazers.
Yeah, well, remember the Nets were in win-now mode. They were trying to keep Deron Williams happy, so they felt like the trade for Wallace would do that. The Blazers, in turn, I mean, they were rebuilding, and so they found the perfect deal at the right time and ended up drafting the future Rookie of the Year.
Carter with the bucket.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
1:09 left in the first. Here's Blake. Misses off the right iron.
And Lillard's star is continuing to rise, but, you know, he still thrives on that underdog status. He shrugs off the hype, doesn't really let it affect him, still looks at himself as the two-star recruit from Weber State, fighting for respect, and it's serving him well as he continues to grow as an NBA player.
Here's Barton following the score by Vince Carter. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Robinson's got his first basket.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
And Lillard embracing the humble, grinding persona, but he plays the game with tremendous confidence. The assassin's mentality and his disposition has really rubbed off on this entire Blazer team.
For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Magic in Orlando.
They looked very stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. A solid output, solid effort. And, you know, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists, unselfish play. Everything was working for them to get that victory.
Here's Calathes. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. It's the Grizzlies leading by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Coming up next Sunday night, March 22nd, Kawhi Leonard and the San Antonio Spurs take on Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks. It's the real deal.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Nick Calathes is out there with Lee. And there's Carter. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. And it's Koufos in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Matthews. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lopez. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Tayshaun Prince.
Taking a look at the numbers since the All-Star break, here's how Memphis ranks league-wide. First in field goal percentage, first in three-point shooting, and they're also ranked number 1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Tayshaun Prince. And Portland with a change here, too. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Robinson. Both free throws good from Lopez.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now here is Carter. He feeds it to Calathes. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Nick Calathes, former 2-time Mr. Basketball for the state of Florida. A star at the University of Florida, was drafted back in 2009. He played 3 seasons in Greece, 1 in Russia, before finally making it to the NBA last season.
First one falls for him. And the Grizzlies trading for his rights. They knew what they were getting in Calathes.
Yeah, proven guard in Europe. A young guy, great playmaker, and he can rebound, defend, and I thought he provided Memphis with a really solid option at that backup point guard spot last year.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Chris Kamen's checked in for Matthews. McCollum comes in for Will Barton. And Lillard subbed in for Steve Blake.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. Beno Udrih, he's checked in for Memphis. And so he makes both from the line.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
Courtney Lee is on the wing. Looks for Randolph, gets it to him. Puts up the baby hook. No good. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum dishes to Kaman. Pass to Lillard. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Now here's McCollum. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Lopez. Soft touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Second team fouls.
The Grizzlies have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Well, this is a kind of a mediocre free throw shooting team. They're sitting there at about 73% as a unit.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Marc Gasol is checked in for the Grizzlies. Allen comes in for Courtney Lee. Trailblazers shooting has been terrific, 54% on the game. Lillard outside. Kaman a screen. Lillard attacking. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Allen outside. Lopez with the steal. Batum against Carter. Lopez kicks to McCollum. Lillard outside. Lopez a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that's a foul called on Beno Udrih. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
Here's Lillard. That one goes. Count it. And now a 4-point Portland lead.
Well, the lead should be safe if they keep shooting like this.
Well, they're on fire. I mean, they are absolutely on target and looking to pad that scoring total, too.
A nice shot by Carter.
Udrih with the excellent feed that time.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lillard outside. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Marc Gasol.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like that. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Robin Lopez has always been just a little bit different. He feels at home in Portland, where the city slogan says, "Keep Portland weird." Coach Stott said there aren't too many towns that have that slogan. Portland's a perfect fit for him and vice versa. Lopez definitely marches to the beat of his own drum, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Lopez always a bit of an eccentric, but the Blazers love his impact on the court. Now Lillard. He's got 14. Batum wide open. He fires. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight. here in the second quarter. Just under 3.5 minutes played. Nicholas Batum, the 25th pick back in 2008. He's played his entire career, Steve, with this Blazer team.
Yeah, and a coveted player league-wide, Kevin, because he plays both ends. Excellent defender. He's got that length, good three-point shooter. And remember, the Timberwolves tried to sign him as a restricted free agent a couple of years ago, but the Blazers matched that 4-year, $46 million offer.
Now here's McCollum. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Carter kicks to Allen, and that one's good.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
And, you know, Batum is viewed as a potential defensive stopper. Has not quite reached that level yet, struggling against stronger three men, but his length and mobility do make him a factor.
1:35 left in the first half of basketball. And Udrich kicks to Carter. And it's all evened up. Carter's got 10 points.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
And for Batum defensively, a good shot blocker. Not as many steals as you might expect. For his rebounding and his efficient scoring, he's a quality player.
Now a timeout called by Portland. At this part of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all three of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. Look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah,
gotta love it.
Portland with the ball. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. Blake passes to Matthews. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Here the break in the action. Time for a rundown now of the most accurate shooters at small forward over the last 10 games. Number 1, Tayshaun Prince.
And when you've got a player like him who can shoot that well, not at center, but at small forward, it gives you a remarkably dependable option every time down the floor.
That is so true, Steve. From 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, his touch is really on target from any distance.
Free throw, good. Matthews. Second free throw, no good. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Carter outside. Robinson with the block. Right side Matthews. Here's Lopez. It's rebounded by Memphis. And here is Prince, averaging 8 points a game. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here. Guys, this is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
Here's Blake. There's 18 seconds left here in the second. From the arc. The kick out to Matthews. Fires for 3. Portland again missing. Here's Carter. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Grizzlies lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Damian, a great first half for you. Plenty of intensity out there. For someone as friendly and charismatic off the court as you are, what gives you the ability to bring such intensity and competitiveness to your game the moment you step between the lines each night?
I think it's just the Oakland in me, really. I'm sure a lot of people know about the past, the Oakland point guards with Gary Payton, Brian Shaw, and Jason Kidd. And once you get on the court, it's time to compete. Off the court, I was raised to be a good person, high character person, but on the court, between those lines, everything is out the window. It's time to win.
Damian, thank you. Guys, anytime the glove comes up in conversation, we're happy about it.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Lillard has been playing really well. He's got 14 points and several assists. Not missing much. In fact, hitting just about everything he's taken.
Can he keep this up? Wow.
Portland trailing here. Well, good teams tend to have a defined style of play. Steve, the Grizzlies had grit and grind, but it seems they're going away from it now.
Kind of a throwback style, Kevin, but it suited their personnel perfectly, particularly with Randolph and Gasol down low. The slower pace lent itself to better defense for them, and they really pounded you inside, that's for sure.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. The forwards are Batum and Thomas Robinson. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2, and it's Kaman in at the 5 down low. Now Gasol. Nicholas Batum missing from long range, and he gets it to go.
And you know, the Grizzlies got swept in the Western Conference Finals back in 2013 because the Spurs just packed it in defensively. And I really think that was the impetus for the Grizzlies looking to try to play a more wide-open style. You know, even though that season in 2013 was, as a whole, the best ever for the franchise, it did expose their weaknesses and gave them something to work on.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Portland, not the biggest market, but it's a one-team city, and these fans really support their Blazers. Coach Stott said, the fan support here is special. You can't appreciate it until you see it every night. Damian Lillard said, the fans stay behind us through good or bad. When they see us in public, it's always love.
They appreciate that support, Doris. Thanks. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And a lot of contact right there. I think the officials are making the correct call here. And this sort of call, of course, always about protecting the players. You can't allow unnecessary contact. And sometimes the players let the emotion get the best of them. And you make a foul like that, it's going to be enforced every time.
You know, Steve, I don't think many people would disagree with the stance that it's a very important objective to make sure everything is done to limit any sort of unnecessary contact.
And last season, it took the Grizzlies some time to get going. A new head coach, the injury to Marc Gasol, but they added some shooting and athleticism on the wings and really rallied strongly towards the end of the year.
And Udrich gets to Allen. He's looking for Prince and finds him. Again, Memphis.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 17. That's good.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
He's definitely shaken up. They're using a timeout to let their trainer take a look at it.
And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. Fifth best, the Trailblazers.
And that's why this is an aggressive team, guys. I mean, they want to get to the rim because with that shooting percentage, why wouldn't you want to shoot free throws?
Memphis has gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Allen kicks to Udrich. They grab their own miss.
Nice tip in. He just seems to have a sense of where the ball's going to end up.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's McCollum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
It's Allen with the drive, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Second team foul.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Allen. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Even with the one miss, he's still stretched it to a 2-possession game. That's big for them right now.
Chris Kaman, always known as an ambidextrous scorer in the low block, has also now developed a deadly stroke from mid-range. It's a rare combo for a 7-footer.
6 to shoot. Back to Lillard. That's good. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And for Kaman, so talented offensively, Steve, you wonder why he's only averaged about 12 points a game in his career.
Well, he's a little turnover prone. Doesn't get to the free throw line all that often. But you're right, he's so skilled. He can score with either hand around the hoop. He can also step out to 15, 17 feet, knock down a jump shot.
Portland with the ball after Memphis gets the 3. Puts one up from 19. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. And Udrich kicks to Prince. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And that one is stuffed right through. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Carter's checked in. And a switch here also for Portland. Lopez is checked in. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard outside. 3-pointer. Second chance shot, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got 8.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Allen outside. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Tony Allen. A breakdown since the All-Star break, averaging about 7 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Those aren't bad numbers, but they're not the kind that are going to earn a lot of extra minutes for him either.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if he wants to play a bigger role, a larger role on the team, those numbers are going to have to be better than just decent.
That one is off.
They're not making them pay right now. Their free throw percentage has dropped all the way down to below 60%. That's unacceptable, and that certainly is not winning basketball. Boy, they just can't seem to get it right from the line here, yet they're still on top. That poor free throw shooting could come back to haunt them.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Damian Lillard.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
And Udrich kicks to Carter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And a quick review here looking at some numbers for Damian Lillard. 4th in assists. He was 6th in scoring. And, when he gets to the free throw line, he makes the most of it. He's ranked in the top 20 in free throw percentage.
And, we'd be remiss not to say a word about his outstanding assist ranking. Come on now. I mean, this guy is one of the top assist men in the game and doing it with flair and fundamental soundness. That's special.
Trailblazers having lots of trouble defending against Carter.
He has 11 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Steve Blake's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 4.
The Grizzlies are the kind of team that perhaps fans around the league can overlook or undervalue or even forget about at times, but they're always going to be there because they're tough, they're physical, and they're talented.
Now, here's Lillard. 23 points in the game, just 4 to shoot. Here's Lopez. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
Yeah, it's the anticipation more than anything. It's understanding where that ball is going before anybody else on the floor does.
Well, guys, as you were talking about, Memphis not a big budget franchise or one with a history that runs so deep that often fans overlook them.
That may be true, but it's given the Grizzlies a very underdog attitude that I think the franchise and the team and the fans have embraced.
Grizzlies have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Here's Allen. That drops. Allen's got 9 points.
Feels like a flip has been switched at halftime because both teams now really getting after it.
And it's been a fun half of basketball, Steve.
Now, here's Lillard. 26 points for him. This is to Robinson. Back to Lillard. 5 on the clock. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Well, he rarely misses from the line. He's at 87% on the year. So as a team, you love to have him on the strike.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
The free throw drops for Lillard. Some changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Randolph. Lee comes in for Tony Allen. And it's Nick Calathes in for Udrih. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Matthews is checked in. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
Lee outside. Portland grabs the miss. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Here's Lillard. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Lillard's got 30 points. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, each side having a tough time staying in front.
Well, the fans love it. I mean, a tug-of-war. Back and forth affair, but if you're a coach, there's a little frustration here. You're trying to pull ahead, but pretty evenly matched game.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Portland out in front, up 1. And
on tap next Friday, March 27th, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Deron Williams and the Brooklyn Nets. Make sure to catch it.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious creativity. Memphis trailing here. They've got Carter. Nick Calathes is out there with Lee. Then there's Kufis, and it's Gasol at the 4-man position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Calathes, and that one's good. Calathes has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Grizzlies.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Here's Lopez, and Portland again with the bucket.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Memphis has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Carter dishes to Calathes. And it's Lee penetrating. Here's Gasol. Good D by Lopez.
Tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Kicks to Barton. Came in a screen. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 14, and again, it's Portland converting.
Boy, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Leno Udrich, he's checked in for Memphis. And Portland with the change here, too. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He told his guys, listen, we've got to make the most of every opportunity right now. We can win this game, but it's all about making every single possession count. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
And thanks for that story, Doris. McCollum with the ball. Passes it to Barton. Shot clock at 5. Batum attacking. Can't get it to go.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Deflects the pass. Stolen by McCollum. And the dunk by Batum.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. You know, even from here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the officials.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And they're attacking the gaps in the defense with their quick, aggressive drives into the paint area.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Lopez. Both shots good from the stripe. Trailblazers leading by 3. Barton passes to Keenan. He dishes it to Barton. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Batum, good.
Well, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Grizzlies have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Kufis kicks to Carter. For 3, Udrich. The Grizzlies with another miss. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Here's Udrich. Lee outside. And another miss by Memphis. Blazers on offense. They're on an 11-2 run. Down low. Here's Batum. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Portland lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that time.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they have let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Heyman. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting for Portland. Chris Hayden taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Zach Randolph is checked in for Kufis. Prince comes in for Vince Carter. And Tony Allen subbed in for Courtney Lee. Prince, right side. Pass to Udrich. There's the triple. And that one's good.
What a confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that 3.
Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Inside, here's Allen. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time. Udrich has got 4 assists in the game. Trailblazers leading by 5. McCollum kicks to Lillard. The feed to Batum. Takes a three. Udrih grabs the board. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Allen, that's good.
Yeah, the battle for that lay-in. Excellent, tough defense, but he found a way to get it down anyway.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They lead by 3. 1:36 left to play in the final quarter. .36 left in the fourth. Batum dishes to Lillard. Batum passes to McCollum. Portland no good that time either.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Allen kicks to Udrih. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Portland leading by 3. Lillard outside. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Kaman inside. Buries it.
He's been a different guy in the second half, guys. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Memphis has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Udrih dishes to Prince. From downtown. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over-anxious that time.
Inside to Gasol. Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And my goodness, that one got him going.
Did it ever. They're on cloud 9.
What an atmosphere here. This is incredible.
Lillard attacking. Money!
I'll tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Grizzlies have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Nobody near Allen. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
A chance to tie it up, Clark.
A 3 would make it happen.
And now they foul and stop the clock. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Udrih, the pass to Randall.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
Shooting for Memphis. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And Zach Randolph drops them both. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. for his free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of two is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Timeout called for Grizzlies. They're trailing by 4. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Well, they need to draw something up here. I think they'll go for a quick 2. And if not, maybe break somebody free for a long three-pointer.
And they have to know they need to foul right after the shot goes in as well.
Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter. And not sure what he was thinking there. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Shot from the inbound. And so it's Portland winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Screaming, I love you. Down if you know there ain't no blow. So DK was DOA, yeah.